Hey everybody, Pete Turner, executive producer and host of your Break It Down show. And we're rocking the house here, waiting on Shelly to come in on a Friday. And hopefully there's no scheduling problem. We're ready here. We're ready to go. And hopefully we'll have it. I got this new camera. I'm going to be doing a lot more field work if possible. It seems like it's possible, but having the schedule, having the camera, and getting the production done are all three different things. But hoping to get a chance to do that. I wanted to pop in with or without show and talk to you about the Ride for the Brave. We're going to do that again this year, and I'm going to put the link in the remarks here while we're talking. So, Ride for the Brave is the charity ride, a fundraising thing that we do every year. We did it since 2020. Scott Husing and I rode across the nation. I followed him in my truck. He rode in his motorcycle. We went all the way across the nation and back. South Carolina from Temecula and then back to Temecula. We did that in 2020 through the ravage of the pandemic. And boy, it was amazing. People came out. We raised a bunch of money. Scott had to bury a veteran friend who drank himself to death. And it turned into this thing. And then we did it the next year and the next year. And now this is the fourth year and we're doing it again. And let me tell you something, it is not easy. It is a lot of work. It is a lot of challenge. But one of the things that we know, and sort of the phrase was born, we were out in the middle of the desert. He's exhausted. I'm exhausted, and I'm riding in the truck. So it's hard either way. Obviously harder for Scott. And we're in the shade. And I'm trying to get him water. I'm trying to cool him off and everything. And he is just hurting. And I said, "Hey, Scott, charity isn't easy. If it was easy to get people to stop killing themselves, we would just do it. But it's not. It's not easy. So we have to work hard to do these things. And that's why we do this. That's why we ask for your guys' help. So let me put the link here in the thing. So give me a moment while I'm talking to look down away from the camera, and so I can grab the link and put it in here. I didn't plan this, Shelley, to put the pitch in today, but since we're scrambling a little bit, waiting on Shelley to show up, I'm gonna do this live. But the main thing here is that we get a chance to that we get a chance to try to help people that need help, and that's a good thing. And putting ourselves in a position either to help through time, money, effort, whatever it's going to be. This is how we help folks do things. This money does go to good use. We put veterans out into the community. We get them activated. And a lot of times, what we do in Save the Braves is we put folks on fishing boats and just connect them to the community again, give them a sense of purpose. So that's what you're funding. I'm going to put the link's going to be a little bit long here, so I don't have time to go to Bitly here while we're doing this live. So there is the link in the comments. Look, you can call me, you can email me, you can message me, whatever it is. You got my numbers. I'll put it on Twitter as well. But that's how you can support us. That's my personal, look, it's not a team sport or anything, but that's my personal fundraising thing within the fundraiser. So you put that in there. I don't care about winning this thing. I just want to cover the gas, cover some hotel rooms, which we're doing great at doing that. I don't care if we get to 10,000. I don't care if we get to 100,000. I just want to make sure that we get money and put our arms around these veterans. A lot of what happens on these rides is we exchange our stories and we talk to people, and we're just like, yeah, man, we're out here, we're all doing it, and we take care of each other as we do this. Because a lot of this veteran suicide stuff is a matter of checking in with one another, because you can't wait till someone's at the end of the rope to try to save them. You got to save each other now. You got to call your friends and people now. And that's not just veterans, that's anybody. You don't ask someone who's struggling, hey, reach out. Make sure you call me before you're going to decide to kill yourself. That's not how you do it. You reach out now. You take care of each other before you're hurt, before you're injured, before you're about to, take your life, because it's too late if you're waiting at the end. You can't reliably save someone when they're on the edge of a bridge. So this is part of this. It's part of the healing. That the ride is part of the prevention. Do y'all get that? And so that is what we do. That's what we ask. Like, help us do this. We raised a lot of money last year. Who cares how much money we raised? We connect people. We get them out of the house. We get them moving. We get them excited. Hey, let us know when you're coming through next year. We'll come out. We'll celebrate this. We'll look forward to it next year. We'll get out there. We'll activate. Call us. We want to do things. And you get this community along this one little stretch of the nation, and they get together and they do something. And it's something they look forward to during the year, and they get excited about it. Me, I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to do this again? It just gets harder and harder every year to do it. But I have to, because there's so many people now that get involved, and that's what you're supporting. It's a really incredible thing. And if you have the room to help, I'd appreciate it. We do a lot of things that are focused on good work and charity around here. I'm also working with Phil Green, helping with ALS, and it's the same thing where if you have the capacity, folks in ALS and that when they're living with it, they don't have the time. They need folks who are going to be around to continue to fight for folks because the window that an ALS person has to be effective to fight for themselves, it's just too small. It's too small, and it's too much. It's too much of a burden. And so folks who are well have to do this fight, and it's been a real learning process for me. So another area where we're here at the Break It Down Show where we work on stuff. ALS is another big area. And so whatever you all do, whatever condition you're in financially, professionally, whatever it's going to be, do what you can to help someone. Because if you look around and you're like, man, you know what? I got it pretty good compared to so and so. It doesn't have to be better, and it doesn't have to be ALS, but try to find something that gives you a community purpose. We can all fight, we can all bicker, we can call each other names, but I would say take that energy and put it into helping someone who you maybe could do a service to, and grab a friend and do it with them, and just say, hey, let's go knock on this problem. I'm not saying go out and cure cancer because that's a huge problem, but you can go out and work on rescue dogs, whatever it is. You can do a lot of things and get involved. Don't start a new charity. Go find one that you're into and try it out. And you know what? You can change your mind. You're like, this year, and maybe look, maybe next year I'm not doing the veteran charity thing. Maybe I focus all my energy on ALS, and maybe I move on from there. You can change your mind on what you do in terms of service to the community. But if you find yourself angry, if you find yourself wrapped up in the news, if you find yourself distracted by all these things, how can you turn that energy into something where you're lending a hand and serving the community in some positive way? That's just my speech. But if you can and you're into it, heck, contribute towards I want this thing show. I won't show. There it goes. There's the link. It finally went up. There's the link for the Save the Brave fundraiser. I put John's link up there. I'll put the Save the Brave. That's the link right there. It'd mean a lot to me if you guys kicked in. I'll put it on Twitter. I'll put it on Facebook. And so we'll be riding. Here are the dates and here are the locations. So we'll take off from Temecula on the 18th. Temecula goes to Tucson. On the 19th, we'll go from Tucson to El Paso. On the 20th, on the 19th, so then we'll go from Tucson to El Paso to Odessa, Texas. Odessa leads to Dallas. Dallas is on the 21st, I believe. And then Dallas to Houston, Houston to New Orleans, New Orleans to Birmingham, Alabama, which is, we're going to outskirts of Birmingham, but Birmingham, Alabama is where we're going basically. And then Birmingham to Atlanta. It's actually Fairburn, Georgia, but that's the Atlanta area. And then we go to Savannah, and that's where we wrap it up. That'll be on the 26th when we wrap up. And then old Pedro puts the motorcycle in either my truck again or a van, and we loop-de-loop, and I drive back. And if you want to join me on any part of the trip, you're like, hey, I want to sit in the truck. Well, then let's go. Let me know which leg you want and come on out and join me, because this is part of it, right? Part of this thing is community. You want to come back with me and ride with me? Well, let's go. Ride, drive, help out. I'm going to put you to work, but it'll be fun. We'll listen to some music and have a good time. But that's the main thing I guess I want to say. I'm going to check my email here and see if Shelly has a status for me, giving her every chance here to get caught up. You never know what's going to happen. Folks get into accidents and no, yeah, no. Okay, so I don't see anything from her that looks like she's going to show up. So we'll just I'll just say this. Look, whatever you do, have a great weekend. Look forward to seeing all of you and hearing from all of you. Check in with me on Twitter or Facebook, or text me or get a hold of me. You need to talk? Hey, I'm glad to be here for you. Whatever it is, so however I can help you, let me know. I'm going to be really, really, really busy the next several months on several projects, to include some stuff with Phil. So I may be a little bit tough to get a hold of, but I'll make time for you if you need to chat, need to talk, you want to get something off your chest, or even you just wanted to check in. Man, I'm glad to do it. You got some nutty plan you want to work on, you want to get a project, let me know. I'm your guy. I want to hear about these things. But if you can, kick in even $20 makes a big difference. If I get 100 of you to give $20, man, that takes a big dent out of what we're doing here at Save the Brave. You think about it, if we can cover our costs, because it's not free to drive across the nation. We got about a 7 to 10 person team overall to do this project. That is not a lot of people to get, gas and let's say 3 vehicles, motorcycle, van, and a truck, maybe across the nation and back, flying, that kind of thing. Not a lot of money to do that, and the rest of it all goes into the charity pot. We really do a lot, and along the way, you would not believe the amount of support calling you out, California. Pick up your level of support. You're falling behind, but yeah, get out there and get involved in things that are positive. You will find it is enormously rewarding. I'm telling you. Ask John Leon Guerrero. If you guys know John, ask him what it was like last year to get involved. He's like, man, I can't believe it. Everybody gets too busy. Let me tell you something. You're not too busy. Set aside some time, even if you think it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. And go do this stuff. I'm telling you, it is so rewarding to go out and do something like charity. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, that's right. Go do it, because what you get back is incredible. Even if you get nothing back, it doesn't matter. It's supposed to be hard. Let it be hard. All right. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll catch up with Shelly in the next time. I'm glad I got a chance to chat with you all. Looking forward to announcing some big things, and can't wait to chat with you all soon. Got a couple great shows. I got a show in the can. I'm just going to put that up instead, so you guys will see that a little later on today. Everybody be well, and know that I care about you, thinking about you. See you soon.